Welcome back to ICSE MathGuru. So today we'll be continuing with the factorization of polynomials. The previous video was a detailed video about how to factorize a polynomial, how to find a remainder, to show whether a particular given expression is a factor of a given polynomial or not. All that in detail, long division, synthetic division, everything was in detail explained. Today's video will be solving some problems from this lesson, factorization of polynomials. Any one of you who have missed watching the previous video, don't forget to watch. The link is in the description below. Okay, so let's get started with today's video on factorization of polynomials. Today we will be only solving some problems based on the concepts we built in the previous video about factorization of polynomials. Problem is always about thinking. Children, only if you think you will get your solution. Okay, don't just ratify anything, don't just blindly follow something. Okay, follow the instructions, build your concepts very strong, just like a strong building lies only and only upon the foundation. I am not saying that the foundation is strong and you leave it, the building will rise on its own. Nothing like that. You have to rise on a very strong foundation. Okay, you have to keep going. As I have mentioned earlier, you have to become a better version of yourself every single time. Improvise yourself, become a better version of yourself. It's an ongoing process, children. Learning is never after certain time you stop learning. It's not like that. As long as we live, we have to keep on learning. So, and that learning becomes even more effective when you start thinking, when you start analyzing. That's when you get your solution for any problem, whether it is a problem in maths or whether it is a problem of life. Only if you think and analyze, you get to the solution. So one thing what we learn from maths to apply in life, every problem has a solution. Is there any problem which doesn't have a solution in maths? No, right? The same thing applies for life. Any problem in life has a solution. All that you have to know is how to crack that, how to get to that solution. So with that spirit, let's start today's class and let's solve some problems from this lesson, factorization of polynomials. So the first question is, find the remainder when 4x cube plus 6x square minus 8x minus 10 is divided by x minus 1. You are asked to find the remainder. Children, we learned what is remainder theorem. What did I ask you all to write? I asked you all to write one statement which is really important. And what is that statement, children? That statement is that if, okay, let me select the pen first. Okay, when, first of all, naming ceremony. Okay, so keep this sequence in mind. Name it if it is not named. 4x cube plus 6x square minus 8x minus 10. We have named the polynomial. Now what is the next statement? When p of x is divided by x minus 1. When p of x is divided by x minus 1, you just can show this symbol. When p of x is divided by x minus 1, what happens? When p of x is divided by x minus 1, put a comma or write implies remainder is p of 1. So just substitute 1 in place of x. So it is 4 into 1 cube minus 8 into 1 and there is plus 6x square. So plus 6 into 1 square minus 8 into 1 and minus 10. So 4 plus 6 minus 8 minus 10. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 10 gets cancelled. So minus 8 is the remainder. Very simple. So when a polynomial is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is p of 1. Find p of 1 and that's your solution. Super easy, right? And by the way, we have done this model already in the previous video, so it will be even more easy. So let's go to the next question. What's the next question, children? Find the value of a when there is a polynomial given is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is 4. So here they have given the value of the remainder. You should know this. Here they have given the value of the remainder. What is the value of the remainder? See, I will tell you in 2 simple steps, very simple. Please follow it to understand it better. First thing is to name the polynomial. So, what is our polynomial here? 3x cube, whatever it is, forget it, write it exactly like whatever it is given. This is the polynomial. Now, don't think remainder is 4, all that. We have learnt one statement. What is that statement? That when p of x is divided by x plus 2, what do we get? We get the remainder which is equal to p of minus 2. Why p of minus 2? Because you have to equate this x plus 2 to 0 and x becomes minus 2. So, you are finding p of minus 2. Now, read the remaining part of the question. The remaining part of the question is that the remainder is 4. The remainder is 4. What does it mean that the remainder is 4? Here in place of remainder, write 4. So, 4 is equal to p of minus 2 or p of minus 2 is equal to 4. Now, as usual, find p of minus 2. What is p of minus 2, children? It is 3 into minus 2 cube plus a into minus 2 square minus 5 into minus 2 plus 2. Minus 2 cube, children, I told you in the previous video, and also not leave about me telling. You all know that if the power is an odd number and the base is a negative number, the final answer will be negative. So, minus 2 cube is minus 8, 3 into minus 8 is minus 24, minus 2 square, power is an even number, minus 2 whole square becomes 4, 4 into a is 4a, minus of minus 2 is plus 10 and plus 2. So, all this value is p of minus 2. But what is p of minus 2? It is equal to 4. So, we equate this 4 is equal to 10 plus 2 is 12 and minus 24 plus 12 is minus 12 plus 4a. So, you get 4a is equal to 16, which makes a is equal to 4. Only thing here, one more add on to the previous sum is that the value of the remainder is given and one of the coefficients of the terms is missing, and that you are finding using the remainder theorem. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? Super simple, super easy. Don't get carried away by reading the question, or don't get tormented, or don't get worried, nothing. Think what is remainder theorem. Okay. Remainder theorem is that when a polynomial is divided by x plus 2 or x minus a or ax plus b, whatever it is, the remainder is PR or f of that particular value of x. Apply that. Now see, what is that? The remainder value is given. So, in place of p of minus 2, you are substituting the remainder. Is that clear? So, let us see the next sum. So, here in this question, find the value of a when x minus 2 is a factor of. Now, in this question, what it was given in, in this question it is given that the value of the remainder is 4. Now, children, tell me, if anything is a factor of a given expression, what is the result? If 2 is a factor of 12, what do we get when we divide 12 with 2? We get the remainder as 0, right? So, here also, if x minus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 2x square plus ax minus 6, the remainder is 0. Or in other words, p of 2 is equal to 0. Why p of 2 is equal to 0? Because remainder is p of 2, and if it is a factor, the remainder becomes 0. Therefore, p of 2 is 0. Find p of 2. There we substituted in the value of, I am going back. There we substituted the value of p of minus 2 as 4. Here we are substituting p of 2 is 0. Okay, here we are substituting p of 2 is 0. Again, your first step is always to write the polynomial with its name. So, you have to name the polynomial. P of x is x cube plus 2x square plus ax minus 6, and then you write x minus 2, or given x minus 2 is a factor of p of x, implies p of 2 is equal to 0. So, finding p of 2, 2 in, this is all positive. So, 2 cube, 2 into 2 square, a into 2. So, 2 cube is 8, 2 into 2 square is also 8. 8 plus 8 plus 2a minus 6, 2a is equal to minus 10, a is equal to 5. Is that clear? A is equal to minus 5. So, is it not simple children? Really simple children to solve problems with factorization of polynomials. Okay, you have to know little bit of your algebra, that's it, and follow the two statements. When it is a factor, you will write one statement. When it is given, it is a remainder, you will write one statement. Okay, keeping only these 2 points in mind and simple equation solving. So, let us see this question. When 3x cube plus ax square plus bx minus 6 is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is 20 and x minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial. So, if we go back and see, both the second and the third questions are merged into one question. Now, in the second question it is given, it was the remainder when it was divided by x plus 2, the remainder was 4 or something, I guess. Second sum, the third sum, it is given that x minus 2 is a factor. Now, if you observe this, both these are merged together, and second there was one unknown, third there was one unknown because one condition was given. Here 2 conditions are given. If you see the question, how many unknowns we have? We have 2 unknowns, and children, when you have 2 unknowns, tell your mind simultaneous equations. We have to solve it by simultaneous equations applying both the conditions. Now, what is the first condition? The first condition is that 3x cube plus ax square plus bx minus 6 is divided by x plus 2. So, the polynomial, first of all, name the polynomial. Polynomial is 3x cube plus ax square plus bx minus 6. In your exam, be careful between b and 6 children. I prefer you write b in this way so that you don't get confused, because when we go for correction, there are so many places where children really mess up with these 2 b's as well. Now, it is given that the remainder is 20 when p of x is divided by this x plus 2. So, when p of x is divided by x plus 2, remainder is 20. So, what does it mean? What does it mean? It means that p of minus 2 is 20, yes or no? It means p of minus 2 is 20. So, we will find what is p of minus 2. Children, here I made a small error. I wrote f of x and I wrote p of x, but you don't make such mistakes. Either follow p or f. Okay. So, I will change this polynomial function to p of x. Okay. This is p of x, and this is when p of x is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is, and here also, okay, I am sorry for it. So, p of minus 2, you find p of minus 2 is 3 into minus 2 whole cube plus a into minus 2 square plus b into minus 2 minus 6. The remainder is 20. What does this mean? It means p of minus 2 is 20. So, this we are equating it to 20. When you simplify, you get your first equation as 4a minus 2b is 50, and if you divide by 2, this is division symbol children, if you divide by 2 or take out 2 common, you get 2a minus b is 25. This is your first equation, which we get using the first condition, that when p of x is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is 20. Now, the second condition is that x minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial. It is the same polynomial. X minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial. Now, what is the condition for factor? The condition is that x minus 2 will be a factor of a given polynomial if that value of the polynomial becomes 0. That is, if x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, it means p of a is 0. If ax plus b is a factor of the polynomial p of x, it means that p of minus b by a is 0. If 2x plus 3 is a factor of a polynomial p of x, it means p of minus 3 by 2 is 0. If x plus 2 is a factor of a polynomial, it means p of minus 2 is equal to 0. Is that clear? So, here x minus 2 is a factor, which means f of 2 is equal to 0. There are multiple errors here. I wrote f and p. So, it is p of 2. Consider it as only one children. Either you follow p or x or f. Don't do what I have done. Okay. I admit I have done. I overlooked while I was typing. So, p of 2 is equal to 3 into 2 cube plus a into 2 square. all this value will be equal to 0. Now again if you simplify, you get another equation which is 2a plus b is 9. Now how do we solve these two simultaneous equations? You have learnt it in standard 8. The easiest method is by simplification or by eliminating by equating the coefficients, that is cancelling out equal terms. So here we are adding these two and we are cancelling b and b, so we get 4a is equal to 16, a is 4, substitute in one of the equation, you get the value of b. So this is the value of a and b. If you want me to solve the equations, we have the two equations as 2a plus b is equal to 2a minus b is equal to 25 and 2a plus b is equal to minus 9. Now whenever you have opposite signs and the coefficients are same, you can eliminate here a or b. If we are eliminating b, you have to add the equations because they are of opposite signs. So if I cancel, we have 4a is equal to 16 and a is equal to 4. Let's see if we are cancelling a. If we are cancelling a, what we should do, because that is already there in the solution. So let's see if we are cancelling a, what we are doing. This line is not getting finally erased. Okay. So this is 2a minus b is 25 and 2a plus b is minus 9. Now if I have to cancel a terms, you see both are of the same coefficients, so but both are of the same signs. When you have to cancel terms which are of the same sign, you have to subtract. So minus, plus and plus. So these two get cancelled now. Sorry children, minus, this also becomes minus. So minus 2b minus b is minus 2b and 25 plus 9 is 34. So b is equal to minus 17. Did we not get the same answer? Whichever way we adopt, you get the same answer. Now if you substitute b is equal to minus 17 in any one of the equations. So if I substitute b as minus 17, 2a plus 17 is 25. Why plus 17? Minus of minus 17. Plus 17 goes to the other side, becomes 25 minus 17. 25 minus 17 is 8. 2a is equal to 8 and a is equal to 2a is equal to 8. Therefore a is equal to 4. So a is equal to 4 or minus 17, whichever way, whichever term you want to eliminate, you can eliminate, you get the same answer. Hope this is also clear children. Now let's see question number 5. When the two polynomials, now if you see carefully, here you are given two polynomials. When the two polynomials, if I read, it will not register in your mind, so carefully see the question, are divided by x minus 3, the remainder is the same, find the value of p. If the two polynomials are divided by x minus 3, the remainder is the same. So if I have to take a very simple example, if I take, ma'am you only know 13 you think, whatever it is. So if I will change that is why for you, if I divide 15 by 2, okay, and if I divide 21 by 2, 15 and 21 are two different polynomials. They are divided by the same number, that is 2. In both the cases the remainder is 1. Yes. In both the cases the remainder is 1. That is the same concept they have given. Here we have two polynomials. The first polynomial we take as f of x. The second polynomial you take as g of x. Now what is our statement for remainder theorem? Our statement is that when a polynomial is divided by, when f of x is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is f of 3. Okay. Now, when g of x is divided by x minus 3, what is the remainder? The remainder is g of 3. Okay. Now, what did they say? The remainder is the same. So, can I say that, let us change some color and highlight. So, can we say that these two are same? Can we say that f of 3 is nothing but g of 3? Why? Because though you divide 15 by 2 or 21 by 2, the remainder is 1. Similarly here, whether you divide f of x or g of x by x minus 3, the remainders are the same, which means f of 3 is g of 3. I wrote it in red color so that it is well into your mind. Little bit of physics, which deviates most and which deviates least in the rainbow, color of rainbows from violet to red? You know, red deviates the least and violet deviates the most. That's the reason we use red color light at traffic posts, because it deviates least and people far off also can see it undeviated. That is why they use that red color. Also it gets your attention. That's the only reason I used red color here. Okay, so coming back to our class. Okay, so now f of x is this. We are finding f of 3. You all are pros in finding f of 3. Just replace x with 3. So we got 36 minus 9p. We got 36 minus 9p. Now the same polynomial, now another polynomial is divided by x minus 3. What is that another polynomial? It is 2x cube minus x square minus p plus 3 into x minus 6 is divided by x minus 3. Now what is the remainder there? So if you see here, when you divide, as I told you, just replace x with 3, you are getting 30 minus 3p. Now this is another remainder. 30 minus 3p is one remainder, and 30 minus 3p is remainder, that is g3 is 30 minus 3p and f3 is 36 minus. Now what the remainders are the same. So can I write under this f of 3 is 36 minus 9p, under g3 which is 30 minus 3p, what do I get, children? I get 6 is equal to 6p. Transpose this minus 9p to this side. 36 minus 30 is 6. Therefore, p is equal to 1. Is it not simple? See, again I am telling you, in the previous class also I have been telling you, make your sum into small parts. Read the question. Once you read the question, don't think, oh, this is from that book, this is from Selina, this is from Frank, this is from ML Agarwal, RS Agarwal. Don't do that, children. Each school may follow a different book, but the content of every book is the same. Now, how will you reach, whether if you think I am doing from this book, I have done from that book, this page number, that page number, never ever. Because in the exam, end of the day, in your exam, you will get a totally different question which is neither from the books that you have prepared. Rarely you get questions, they make small changes, they definitely make changes so that they really know the caliber of the student. So it is not that you are doing a particular book and you are thorough with that book. You cannot say, for maths especially, that you are thorough with a book and you are sure of 100 marks. It is not thorough with a book. It is thorough with the concepts. You have to be thorough with the concepts. Whichever book you pick up, that is immaterial. And second most important thing to get success in maths is practice. Now if you only watch this video, you will gain nothing. I am telling it, you will gain nothing. Nothing means nothing. Only if you watch a video. How many of you have watched a YouTube video of how to cycle? Sitting at the comfort and you are watching the video how to cycle, lift your leg up, hold this, balance this, that. And without touching the cycle, did you ever learn cycling? A very basic example. Could you ever learn cycling without being on the cycle, without falling down, without taking help of others? And then finally, one fine day, if you are so very confident, you can also cycle with your hands open, right? You can leave your hands off the handle, you can see people and you become a pro. Again, that word pro is very important, okay? Pro is not a fancy term. It's not at all a fancy term. It is an improvisation. It is an improvisation from one level to another level. You're becoming more proficient. Okay, you're gaining more proficiency. That is why they say general proficiency. You're becoming more proficient, and that is possible only if you practice. Keep practicing, children. Maths is all about doing. Again, I'm telling you, play this video on and then you sit and say, okay, she's telling, I am listening. She's telling I am listening, it's not just my video. As I told you, there are so many super talented coaches who have been teaching using this platform. But if you have just watched their videos and you are wondering why I didn't do well, the answer is simple, that you haven't paid attention in the first place and you haven't done your part. What is doing your part? Your part is to practice. Okay. So don't just see the video and lie down and see the video, sit in your couch and see the video. No, it will not help. Not just my video, anyone's video. If you just watch, it will be of no good to you. So let's see the answer. The answer is P is equal to 1. Moving on to the next question. These days I am giving lectures, right? Okay. Now, using the remainder theorem, factorize completely the following polynomial. First prime aspect is that you have to name the polynomial. What you have to do, children? You have to name the polynomial. Using remainder theorem, factorize this polynomial. Now, how do we factorize the polynomial? Now, here it is a totally different question. So, let me explain to you all first. I will just take down the solution first so that I explain to you all, and then we will see the solution. So, now whenever they ask you to factorize a given polynomial, children, first thing is you don't know anything. You don't know which is a factor, which is not a factor, nothing you know. So, what you have to do, you have to first find the first factor using trial and error method. Okay, trial and error method or hit and trial method. That is, you try, if you get an error, you go to the second option. So, now when the polynomial, always name the polynomial. So, here also we will name the polynomial as 3x cube plus 2x square minus 19x plus 6. Now, using the remainder theorem, factorize completely. So, first factor you will take, let x is equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, P of 1 is 3 plus 2 minus 19 plus 6. Is it equal to 0? Not equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 1 is not a factor. So, yeah, our first attempt is a failure. Now, we take let x is equal to minus 1. So, what is P of minus 1? What is P of minus 1? P of minus 1 is 3 into minus 1 square, minus 1 cube, can I directly write minus 3 plus 2 into minus 1 square, which is plus 2, minus 19 into minus 1, which is plus 19, and plus 6. Did we get this as 0? No, this is also not equal to 0. So, this is also a failure. Now, we take x is equal to 2. Now, we take x is equal to 2. So, what is this P of 2? P of 2 is 3 into 2 cube. 2 cube is 8, 3 into 2 is 3 into 8 is 24 plus 2 into 2 square, 2 into 4 is 8 minus 19 into 2, 38 plus 6. So, here we got 38 minus 38, which is 0. So, therefore, x minus 2 is a factor. So, we have now x minus 2 is a factor. Okay. So, we came to the first step, we found what is a factor. Now, after you find the factor, what you have to do? After you find the factor, you have to divide this. Remember, in the previous video, I told you all synthetic division, we will follow the same synthetic division here. So, we found that one factor. Now, the remaining factors you can't keep on doing hit and error, trial and error method, children. It will go a very long way. So, after you get your first factor, you have to do the synthetic division or long division, whichever you want to do. As I told you, I choose synthetic over long division. Okay. That's a really, and children, by the way, this is not your rough work. This is all your main work. All that I have done just now is your main work. Your synthetic division is also main work. Now, what did I tell? I asked you all to write the coefficients of this polynomial in decreasing order. So, 3, 2, minus 19 plus 6. And what did we get the factor as? X minus 2 is a factor. Remember, we got x minus 2 is a factor of p of x. So you keep here 2. Let us keep changing colors so that we understand better. First you bring down, first you add 0 to 3 under 3. You have to keep adding the terms under this L-shaped structure. So 3 plus 0 is 3. Now what? 2 into 3. Next color. 2 into 3 is what? 6. Again I told you, keep adding this structure, the numbers in this structure. 2 plus 6 is 8. Now 2 into 8, one more color, 2 into 8, which color? Okay, 2 into 8 is 16. Okay, now again add these two in this structure. Minus 19 plus 16 is what? Minus 3. Minus 3. Now again 2 into minus 3, the last color, last color. Okay, 2 into minus 3 is minus 6. What did we get here? We got here 0. Why did we get 0? Because x minus 2 is a factor. Why did we get 0? Because x minus 2 is a factor. Therefore, the polynomial p of x is equal to x minus 2 into, now reduce one thing, reduce one power and write the remaining terms. 3x square plus 8x minus 3. 3x square plus 8x minus 3. Is that clear? From cube, because we are dividing it with x, you will get rid of power 3, it will start with power 2. So 3x square, again in decreasing order, 3x square, 8x and minus 3. Now this 3x square, 8x and minus 3, it is like what, children? It's a trinomial and you can factorize this. We have learnt quadratic equations completely. So you should all be really very proficient in factorizing. What's the middle term, children? Plus 8. And what is the product? The product is minus 9. So will you add or subtract the factors? You subtract the factors. So factors of 9 which get the middle term as 8 are 9 and 1. What's the sign of the middle term? Plus. So the greater factor gets the plus sign and the smaller factor the minus sign. So that's how you factorize. So let's see the solution. So x minus 2 is a factor. Synthetic division, we also got the same thing, 3x square plus 8x minus 3, and now you factorize it. Okay, so you get x plus 3 and 3x minus 1. Now children, most of the children towards the end, actually I suggest you all not to do like this also. Let me tell you all how to do. Okay, so you have p of x is equal to x minus 2 into 3x square plus 8x minus 3. Don't break it up and write as I have shown here, but you write in continuation, then there will be less error. So x minus 2, ignore this for some time, ignore this for some time. Now it is 3x square plus 9x minus x minus 3. So it is x minus 2 into, take out 3x common into x plus 3, take out minus 1 common, x plus 3. So now again x minus 2 into, why is this minus jumping? X minus 2 into x plus 3 into 3x minus 1. So therefore p of x is equal to x minus 2 into x plus 3 into 3x minus 1. Now if you put a comma here and your sum is for 4 marks, I am not exaggerating, you will get only 3 on 4. Now why? In the beginning of the lesson I told you the difference between factor and factorize. When they ask you to factorize, children, the terms should not be separated by a comma. This one single concept of factorize and factorization and factors of is all that is important. So if you put a comma, you will lose your mark. If you put a comma, you will lose your mark. So beware, be careful Don't separate the factors because they are asking you to factorize. Factorize 12. How did we write? 2 into 6, 2 into 2 into 3. Similarly here we first found x minus 2 into 3x square plus 8x minus 3, and then we are writing it as x minus 2 into x plus 3 into 3x minus 1. So do not put this comma, it will be totally wrong. So now I am going to show you all this. Did we not get this? X minus 2, x plus 3, 3x plus 1. Is this clear, children? This is how you factorize. Okay. Now moving on to the next sum. What is in store for us? Okay. What should be added to the given polynomial so that this is a factor? Now here I want to tell you all something. In 1 year, a question was given what should be subtracted or added, whatever it is. When we went for evaluation, we were told to cut 1 mark if either an opening statement or a closing statement was not given by the student. So if a student directly has written a plus k to the polynomial and he is done and he has written k is equal to whatever it is, he lost 1 mark. So the examiner was expected to check if the student has written let the number added be k, or towards the end of the statement, at least if he has added therefore this should be added or this should be subtracted. In some questions the statement is really important, especially in this part. Children, ICSE correction is like our constitution. Do you know what are the rules of the constitution? The first, it's bulky. ICSE is also bulky. Second thing is, it's partly rigid and partly flexible. Even ICSE correction is partly rigid and partly flexible. You get the benefit when it is flexible. So let's not think about the flexibility part of where you get your mark, but let's not lose marks from places where it is really rigid in cutting the marks. Some such points are this: if you are not writing an opening or a closing, I am not saying both, either an opening or a closing statement, you are prone to lose 1 mark, so be careful. Now coming back to the question, what should be added to 2x cube plus 5x square minus 28 minus 18 so that x minus 3 is a factor? So as an existing polynomial, x minus 3 will not be a factor. So it is like what should be subtracted or added to 15 so that 2 is a factor? The answer could be added is plus or subtracted plus 1 and subtracted is minus 1. So it is the same thing. So we will first let the number added be k. So let number added be k. So the polynomial now becomes 2x cube plus 5x square minus 28x minus 18 plus k. Now this polynomial has x minus 3 as a factor. If x minus 3 is factor, if x minus 3 is a factor of p of x, what is the result, children? What did we learn? We learnt that p of 3 is equal to 0. That's all about your sum. So I explained you all with p of x and the solution is with f of x, no problem at all. P of 3 or f of 3, polynomial can be px, polynomial can be f of x. So this value you equate it to 0 and find the value of k. Okay. Thus 3 should be added. Is that clear, children? So this comes to the last question. Now in this video I have added few questions for you all to practice. So it's pause wherever you want to pause and see for the solution. Rewind and listen whichever way is comfortable, but make use of, I have taken real effort to make a video so that it is student friendly, it gets into your mind and it remains there for long. Okay. So watch the video completely, pause and make note of the solutions. Every minute step I have included when I showed the solution to you all in the text format. Okay, not about my explanation while I was doing, there I generally jump here and there, but while solving the sum for you all, when you make note of it, every single step is written. So you can pause the video and make a note of it. Okay. Now here is your homework time. So I have given 5 questions as homework. you can take a screenshot and don't leave it in your mobile or on your laptop screen, but ensure that you solve. And children, you are free to post any doubt in the comment section. I will surely answer to all your queries. So please post if you have any doubt on any sum that is given in the homework, how to do. I will definitely solve these questions for you all and help you all in getting through this. Okay. So that's the end of today's class on factorization of polynomials. Hope you have enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed teaching it. Okay. We'll be back with one more video. I think we are left with 2 more lessons in algebra, that is the arithmetic and the geometric progressions, and after which we can start with the coordinate geometry. Okay. So, and that's the strategy. Slowly we are finishing all lessons from algebra. Children, please follow this. Every single video that I have made, right from recurring deposits to factorization of polynomials, every minute detail from the board point of view, I have ensured to see that it is included in the video. So everything which is needed for you for your preparation for your board exams is included, and I'll start giving some numericals as homework at the end of every lesson. So if you practice, it will be like a practice for you all, and you can always post in the comment section if you have any doubts. I will definitely help you with the solution out. Okay. So stay blessed, children, till we catch up in the next video, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share to ICSE Math Guru. Bye.